There are some other, as you would expect with any new government initiative, they've thrown a few curveballs in there, some of which are really, really good, some of which are bad. So just in terms of rules and eligibility, one of the key things is that an apprentice must learn substantive new skills within their apprenticeship. So if somebody's already done a really high level qualification, you couldn't just put them on an apprenticeship if they weren't going to learn at least 50% new skills based on what they've already got compared to the actual apprenticeship as it stands. So that one's really, really important. However, one of the key differences around that is that historically, if somebody had done a degree, they couldn't do an apprenticeship at all, even if it was in a completely different sector. Thankfully, the government have wiped that rule. So now, if you are doing, if you've done a degree in, let's just say, geography, historically you couldn't have done an apprenticeship in IT. Now you can, which is fantastic. There is another stipulation called 20% off the job training, and this is important for you as employers to understand, particularly if you're going to be in the workshop with Nathan later on. So the government has said that 20% of that apprentice's time must be spent on off-the-job training. Basically what that means is that they are learning something, they're not just doing the day job. So when this rule first came out, we all thought that's absolutely fine. Most apprentices come to college 1 day a week, that's 20% of their time, happy days. Unfortunately, it didn't quite work out like that because the 20% is actually based on the apprentice's contracted hours with you guys. So straight away, your working year is longer than our academic year, which actually means that them coming to college 1 day a week doesn't actually cover the 20%. What that basically means for you guys is that, yes, the apprentice will come to college for 1 day a week, in theory, and we'll work out the maths on this. So we'll say they need to do 600 hours off-the-job training during the duration of their apprenticeship. We know we're going to cover 350 of that at college, therefore 250 needs to be covered by you guys. There's lots of ways this can be done. It can be done by mentoring, shadowing, it can be done writing their assignments, attending events like today would count as off-the-job training because it's relative to their job, but they're not actually doing their job at the time. My colleague Mark is actually going to talk about higher level skills and foundation degrees just after me. But it's really important that we as a college look at not only what are we doing in foundation degrees or degrees, but how does that also link to apprenticeships? Because now everything is so interlinked that some of Mark's courses can actually be part of the apprenticeship themselves. So there's a real joined up approach to ensure that whether you've gone right through the apprenticeship journey or you're starting at a different level, you can join it at some point in time. So thank you very much. I am going to be around for a little bit longer and we'll be part of the Q&A session afterwards. So if anybody does have any questions, please do feel free to ask, and thank you very much for your time.